Hello everyone, this is Spliced, and welcome to another video on how I customize my characters. I said in the last one, which was my Lawbringer one, that I'm not going to do this again, but I've been getting so many requests on how I customize my Centurion for some reason. I'm not really sure, but I'm going to go into it and I'm going to explain what I do to customize my character and why I chose what I chose. So if you guys are not really interested in that, don't worry, you can skip this video. This was just like a quick video I decided to make for tonight because I didn't really have anything planned. So for those who want to know, let's get right into it. So starting off at the armor pieces, of course, the Helm, I immediately decided to go for this as soon as I saw it was available from Season 2. And the reason I went for that is because it has the best appeal to me. Previously, I was this helmet, but that's only because it had spikes on it. It didn't really have anything else. But also, if you kind of remember from Skyrim, it kind of had that look of that mask that you get from those like necromancers or whatever they were. So I kind of went for that in the beginning, but then I eventually just went for this altogether because I just really like the look of it. And pretty much everyone who is a Centurion pretty much uses this helmet, so it's not really anything too special. Moving on to the chest piece. So this one is kind of interesting. And I see a lot of people using this chest piece right here, the ones with the spikes. And this, from the front, looks really, really good. But when I look at armor, I always try to look at the things that have all-around use and what looks the best in its entirety. So while the front may look good, the back looks not so great. It has holes in the cape, and I'm not really a fan of that leopard pelt there. So I decided to ultimately go for this one because all around it's just a pretty decent looking chest piece. It's just very clean, nothing really wrong with it. So it works out. And before Season 3 came out, these chest pieces used to be bronze. I mean, they're still in the game. I don't have them on me at the moment, but they're pretty much the same. They're just bronze versions. So that was that. And then pretty much for the arms is the same thing. This used to be bronze, but I decided to go with the theme of gold with this character. And also there's slight changes in the arms, but I don't have it with me on the bronze version. But they look all right. They're, you know, in the end, it was also this thing too. This also looked kind of weird on the bronze arms. I didn't really like that, but I just kind of coped with it because, in my opinion, I think this was the best choice to go for. Also, I like to completely cover up my characters in clothing instead of having something show. But I mean, if you have to, like the Gladiator, for example, it's not a big deal. For example, this one, I see some people use, and this one actually looks really nice in my opinion. I think this is a really nice choice for people. But this one is more for if you want to make your character look like a really gritty brawler kind of character, and I wanted mine to just look like as clean as possible. So that's just the decision I made on that one. Going on to the blade, this one was pretty much a no-brainer for me. I immediately chose this as soon as I saw it because it just looks so cool. In my opinion, I just think this curved edge on the blade is a really nice choice, and I'm really glad they came up with a cool, unique design for the character, because pretty much, like, this one is also really nice too, but it kind of resembles all the other blades, in my opinion, which are all pretty much just straight-edged or a little bit curved on the insides, but this one kind of reminds me of a falchion or a khopesh, and that's why I chose this. It's really nice. I like it a lot. Moving on to the hilt, this one is pretty interesting to choose, and it's not more so you want to look at the butt of the hilt and instead of the actual grab thing where your characters are going to be holding, because you won't be looking at that part. You can't even see it on your character. Even when I zoom out here, you can't even see that part because he's completely covering it up. So you want to look at more so the ornament that's on the end of it, and I decided to go with this one because it looks pretty cool, in my opinion. I think it's a nice addition. I don't remember what I previously had, but I definitely chose this one because it just looks more shinier. Kind of goes with the gold theme of the character. And I was kind of thinking of going for this one because it kind of curves over the hand. But the problem with it is that it's like the color of it doesn't really work out. I don't really like it too much. It's okay, but The color of it kind of like threw me off, so I decided to go with this ultimately. And then with the guard, this one, not really too much to explain on this one. It has the curve out guard. It's big. It really like puts the blade together well, unlike something like this, for example, which doesn't really work at all. Stuff like this, you know what I mean? So when I went for this, it just kind of, everything just like all the pieces came together. Then I was like, yeah, it's a really good thing. I had this one since season 2. I didn't change it since, and every single piece that I got since then, I just didn't really think it was a good fit for the character. So that's just like the rundown of how I made my character look like this. I tried to make a theme for him, and the theme was like gold lined, so it worked out for the blade, the hilt, and all my armor pieces. The helmet is an exclusion, but I didn't really think that the gold themed helmet worked with this character too much. Really quick, we're going to go to the ornament. So this is the Winged Victory ornament. As soon as I saw this one in the PTR of the tournament beta, I immediately decided that I wanted it. It looks really nice. Has a nice main curve on the back, curving back like that. The horse itself, the horse head, it's really nice design. And the wings, of course. I really like wings on things, on characters. It really adds a lot to the characteristic of them. And the little tiny leaf wreath thing that comes around there is a nice touch. So when I saw this, I immediately decided to go for it. My previous one that I had was this one, which is just the mythic version, and from the side it looks decent, but from the front it looks really ugly, in my opinion. The lion head is just not really a good match for this. If that lion head was not there, it'd be pretty good. So that's just pretty much my choices for all the armor. And now we're going to be going into the paint jobs of the character. If you guys have watched my Lawbringer video, then this one will be pretty much similar to it. So generally, my favorite thing to go with the knights is this hill burst paint pattern. I just think it's really cool. It looks really spiky, and it looks like it pops out. I just like it a lot. When it comes to my knight characters, I always try to aim for this. Not really to put it all over my characters. In this case, I did on this character, but on my Lawbringer, it's a little bit different. On the shoulders, you can see I didn't do that for this character. They're a different design. But no engravings. They don't really show up that much. It's not really something I'd like to go for. And of course, the symbol would be the gold liss. The gold liss has a really nice shader design on it, going from yellow into an orange with some nice white bubbly little paints on it that gives it a little bit of a pop. And you can really see it from a distance. That's why I like. So I put it on the arms because it's not really going to be the main focus of the character. The main focus is the chest piece and the back of the character. And that's where I came in to. So let's go to the chest. And this is where I got the feathered sword. A lot of people have asked me where I got this, and I did answer on my Lawbringer. It is from a outfit. Oh, sorry. It is from an elite outfit called the Battlefield Chick outfit. As you can see, it's right on the chest right there. So for those who are wondering where it was, there it is right there. And then, of course, going to the standards is pretty self-explanatory. Got the hill burst going on right here. I like it a lot, but I do wish that the emblem was pushed a little bit lower. And then, of course, I have my emblem there because I don't really have anything else to put there. And material is black iron. I think black iron is the best in my opinion. It's just the gold. It's too much gold. Like I was thinking if I were to do this, it would make the helmet go with the armor, but now I look like a walking piece of gold. Like a walking gold statue, and I don't really like that look. So I wanted the black iron to kind of combat that gold lining on my armor to make it stand out a little bit more on its own. So going to the shoulders, I still do have the hill burst, but it gets kind of blacked out by the feathered sword because everything has to be pushed onto the shoulder arms, so it kind of doesn't really show. It kind of makes its own kind of pattern, which is what I like about it. From a distance, it kind of looks like the space pattern. Over here, it would be, whoops, I think I passed it, yes. Using the constellations kind of kind of looks like it a little bit, but not too much. But that's just like, you know, I just spend some time working on these characters and trying to make them work with different pieces of armor and weapons. And this is what I came up with. Of course, some people might think this doesn't look great, and that's fine, because looks are all about what you personally like and not what other people like, of course. So this is what I chose for my character, and this is the reason why I chose it. So with that being said, hope you guys did enjoy this video, and I'll see you guys later.